Brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the part 3. And as I was saying, so that knowledge was installed to that person's house. Brothers and sisters in Islam, there was once a young man who worked in the city of Morocco. And when he received his holidays, he decided to go back to his village. And when he went back to his village, his grandfather asked the young man, "Son, how's life in the city of Morocco?" He says, "Can't complain, fantastic, meet all types of people." He says, "What do you do for work then?" He said, "I work for a local person as a travel agent, and we have one rate for the local people, and my boss has told me to charge 3 times or 300 times more if you see a foreigner." When he explained this to his grandfather was absolutely shocked and said to his grandson, he says, "Oh my son, this is injustice, this is zulm. You can't do that. It's terrible. You overcharge, that's wrong." When the young man returned back to the city, he paid head to the words of his grandfather and began to charge at the same rate to all types of people, whether they were local from the Morocco or whether they were foreigners. Regardless who they were, he charged them the same rate. This annoyed and angered his boss that he was working for, and said to him that if you carry on like this, you're going to get me bankrupt, you're going to get me out the business. When he went back to his native village and told his grandfather that after taking the advice from last time, and now I charge the same rate to everyone, regardless of being foreigner or local. This brought delight and happy to his grandfather. But then he says that this that I do has really angered my boss that I work for. And he says that if you carry on like this, I'll be out of job. His grandfather said, "Son, go back and take these herbs." So his grandfather gave him some herbs and says, "Put this into the tea, make tea, and charge everybody at the same rate. Whatever rate you set, you charge everybody on that set." So he went back. He left his manager, the company he was working for, the shop that he was running, and decided to sell tea with the herbs that are provided by his grandfather. And he charged everybody the same rate. He became so successful that not only he decided to pay all his bills, but yet he also made profit from it, where he could also take his wage out, pay off the debt, pay the outgoings. At the same time, he could save more. On the other hand, brothers and sisters, his ex-boss that he was working for, his business went really from good to bad, day by day. He had blocks of shops, and they all were struggling to meet ends meet. His marriage was on the brink of a breaking up of relationship. His wife was having an affair. He was coming across so many complications on his life that his marriage was in trouble, where his wife was having an affair. He was disliked by people, and that even including his own children. And then he was suffering from many illnesses. Brothers and sisters in Islam, this shows that if you do lalaj for dunya and you chase after dunya and nothing else comes to you, regardless how you do, having one rate for one people and have another rate for another people just because of race, gender, colour, area you come from. Thinking that if I can do that, I can be successful and become a rich man, then one has to understand that when you live in dunya and only dunya comes to you, you have many problems. And they say that the more you have, the more you are going to be asked for in the hereafter. So brothers and sisters in Islam, if you are a businessman, if you are working for a successful company, whatever it may be, do it from the heart. Don't feel that by undercharging or taking one rate that you're not going to make loads of money, because whatever is written for you today, you will get. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants is effort, because He's provided you two hands to go out and earn lawful, means halal. As long as you can do that, and you work with sincerity and give a good customer service to your customers, because they are very, very important, regardless who they are, of faith, agenda, whatever it may be, you will be successful. At the end of the day, as a business person, if you're just making money, where you're paying off your bills for your shop and for your home, whatever it may be, but you're sitting back, and then you go home, you switch your light off, you go into your bed, but you're happy what you're doing on a daily basis. Your clients or your customers are happy with you. And remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy with you as well. The minute you put knowledge into it, brothers, after a couple of accounts that I have given from the waqis of the Buzurgs, it just goes to show that as long as you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gives the means, the one who provides for you today. He's the one who provides for you tomorrow as well. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.